All right, everyone, from inside the Zoom and here on site, I am pleased to welcome the champion of the 2022 Dana Open presented by Marathon. I know there are a lot of people who are looking to talk to you, but I just want to know first what the mindset was like for you as you got ready for today's final round.
Well, today, this week in general has been just very different than any other week on tour. I pretty much reset my whole kind of mental game, spent some time with one of my coaches, Steven, and we had a great time Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So yeah, it's been basically just creating more quiet moments and quiet spaces out there, so I can flow a little bit more.
When did you really start to feel the momentum pick up for yourself?
Probably after 14, I think. We made that birdie putt, and I stayed calm. I did fist bump because I do a lot of fist bumps. But I stayed calm, and I knew that we had a chance, and that's all I wanted. I just wanted a chance, and I was hitting, such amazing shots into the greens all day long. I missed a couple of 6-footers for birdie. And so yeah, my caddy was like, hey, stay patient, stay in the moment, because we're not done yet.
Walk me through those last 3 holes for you.
Yeah, we hit a great drive on 16, and I hit it to 2 feet, my second shot. And then on 17, I knew it's so easy to get ahead of yourself because you have 2 par 5s and birdie opportunities. So yeah, I try to just break it down to 1 shot at a time. Hit a great 3-wood into a bunker and almost made it from the bunker on 17. And 18, I had probably the best drive all week. And didn't hit a great bunker shot on my 3rd shot, but I was standing over the last putt, and I told myself, this is exactly what I work for. This is exactly what I train for, and so yeah, I'm really happy that it paid off.
I was going to ask before I open it up to everyone else, that putt was much needed. It was the putt that would have broken any sort of tie. When you look back on that particular moment of the day, I mean, what was going through your mind?
I knew I had to make it because Megan was putting beautifully. She just got in a roll as well in a couple of birdies. So I told myself, well, I'm just going to try to roll it through here. And if it rolls through here, through this putt, it has a great chance. And I try to be calm all day long, but sometimes the excitement gets me, and I couldn't hold it for the last putt.
All right, I will begin to open it up for anyone on the Zoom. If there's any questions for Gaby, please let us know in the chat function so I know to call on you and ask you to unmute. But first, we'll start in the room here.
You began the day outside the top 10, and there were, I think, around 20 people within 5 shots of the lead. I mean, did you come out with like an aggressive mindset, knowing that it was going to take something pretty low to have a chance?
More than aggressive mindset, I guess more of a quiet mindset. Yeah, I mean, I knew I had to make a lot of birdies to give myself a chance. I knew I needed with all the names in the leaderboard, with, Lexi and Nasa and, Hannah, so many girls that I know they can really go low on a Sunday. I just told myself, if I just try to break it down, like block it, block by block and box by box and shot by shot and process through process, if I do that, then we have a greater chance.
You and Megan both went really low today. Did you kind of feed off each other, playing in the same group at all? Or?
Yeah, I mean, when you see some putts rolling, it's kind of easier to visualize putts rolling into the cup. So yeah, I try to do that. We kept a great sportsmanship out there. She's a great girl. She's going to win very soon. But yeah, I was lucky that it got my way.
When the conditions are as they were, I mean, this softens the greens, which is nice, but at the same time, it's sloppy out there. Right?
Yeah.
How do you make it through that?
Yeah, I didn't have like the best warm-up, honestly. It was rainy, and I had to put my pants on and then my jacket off and on and off, and I really was struggling at the beginning, just getting comfortable. But walking up to 1, I told myself, like, okay, I'm gonna make these conditions comfortable for me. Like, if I just embrace this moment, if I like the rain, if I like the challenge, if I like the gray sky, then you're just gonna feel more comfortable over the ball, and as a consequence, just hitting greater shots.
Is that something you've had to do frequently in the past?
Honestly, I really like the tough conditions. I think that gives me more focus, but you know, not every day is the same. And I don't know, sometimes you just gotta fight a little harder mentally than other days. And yeah, just being able to know exactly how I perform my best on the golf course. Like getting to know myself and getting to know that inner Gaby, and making her best friend. I think that was the takeaway today.
You mentioned you've been working on your game for 8 months. What in particular made you win the golf tournament today? What you set up?
I mean, honestly, I was very surprised how the year has been, because I have hit it the best I've ever hit it in my life through this year, but I just couldn't connect it. I was struggling sometimes on my driver and sometimes on my putter and sometimes on my iron shots. But I felt that I was hitting it really, really close the last couple months, and I was very, very frustrated that I couldn't connect it. And yeah, this week I've been able to just kind of quiet my mind and make it, you know, one breath at a time, made it connect everything.
You mentioned you said mental block today in this press conference. How huge was that for you?
You know, sometimes the biggest win is not winning over the field, is winning against yourself and getting out of the way. And to me, it's overcoming those fears, overcoming those battles, those doubts, because sometimes you don't believe in yourself when you're in a hard stretch, right? So I think that's the biggest win, being able to recover myself from 2 injuries I had at the beginning of the year, and that sets you back, and you start doubting even more if you can come back from an injury, if you can come back with more speed and, you know, more consistency. So I'll take the win over my fears, over any other.
You mentioned your grandmother on 18 wheel. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, my grandmother, she's pretty much my guide. She guides me through life, she guides me to God, and I've been in touch with her a lot this year, more than any other, because I felt that I was overthinking and doubting myself too much, and she always told me, you know, that everything is inside of us, and if we start looking for everything outside, then we're not gonna hit the jackpot, and we really gotta just have true, honest conversations, even if we don't like them. So yeah, she encouraged me to journal, to, you know, kind of stay closer to God.
Gabby, I was talking to your host family, and they told me a nice story about last night. I think before the big football game, you were helping them unload the dishwasher, and you took out a silver vase and kind of held it up like a trophy. What do you remember about that?
Yeah, so I was helping Steph getting everything out of the dishwasher, and all of a sudden I saw this exactly the same trophy as today. I think it's like probably I don't know, where you put flowers, right?
Yeah.
And I hold it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks exactly how the trophy looks like for tomorrow. And she said, well, you guys you should practice. So I hold it, and I was like, okay. And honestly, you see, when that's when the mind gets really, really interesting. When you see yourself a little bit where you want to be, and you see yourself ahead, it doesn't come as a surprise as much, probably. So yeah, the power of mind is pretty much everything in this game.
What did you think of the football game last night?
Well, I'm really proud of my Razorbacks, and so yeah, I'm just really happy that, you know, we can get more Hogs wins.
All right, I'm going to ask some questions from the Zoom. Beth Ann, if you'd like to unmute yourself, please.
Yes. Hello. Congratulations, Gabby.
Thank you, Beth.
You said something to Golf Channel about staying on the couch or something with the couch. I got to know what that's all about.
Yeah, I've been working with Steven Yellen and the Fluid Motion Factor for 8 years now. He came to Highland Meadows Golf Club this week for 3 days, and basically we just reset my mind. We try to stay, you know, more quiet, more patient, get rid of all the drama, because I guess sometimes we expect perfection, and we are very, very mad when we miss a shot. So just getting rid of the drama and the reactions just really helped.
So where does the couch come in? Is it like you're in therapy on the couch?
Well, the couch comes from this story that, well, he has to tell you better than I can tell you, but basically, if you stay on the couch and you don't get ahead of yourself, then everything comes to you and you don't have to chase anything. So it's pretty much kind of letting everything come, staying comfortably sitting instead of going and rush it, everything.
Ah, well, I like that idea. My next just follow up question is: can you just give us the brief version of your two injuries?
Yes, March of 2022, I had a neck injury. I had a tear in a ligament on my interspinal ligament, and I had to stop. I had to withdraw from a couple tournaments, and I was really in pain. But I played LA with pain, and then I withdrew, and then I had a tendonitis on my left wrist. I was a lot in pain at the U.S. Open. So yeah, I just felt like nothing was really clicking for me over the year. I was struggling physically, struggling mentally, and that's where the doubts and all the fears come through. And you just gotta keep it real, and you gotta accept where you are, and you just gotta surround yourself with great people around you.
Any idea how the first injury happened? Was it hitting a shot?
No, it was jumping. So I'm really extreme. I'm very either all or nothing, right? So I did this kind of just squat jump, and I was kind of trying to touch the ceiling, and that's when I did. It was like a whiplash movement, and I just tear my ligament on my neck, and yeah, it wasn't fun.
Oh, yikes. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Beth Ann. Steve, if you'd like to unmute yourself.
Hey, Gabby, congratulations.
Thank you.
You talked about the mental resets that you've been having, but you're driving it right now straighter than I can point. Is there anything you've done mechanically in your golf swing to turn the driver around?
Yes, I didn't hit a lot of fairways early in the season, and to me, I've always think that my driver has been my strength, and my putting. And this year I have drove it terribly for so many tournaments. So, just trying to get more tempo on my backswing and not kind of rush it back. That just got me more coordination and get it more in the middle of the club face at the impact.
And for those of us who were watching on television, you immediately, once you found out you'd won, got on a FaceTime with somebody. Who was that?
That was my boyfriend, Santi. Yeah, he was crying. He's been my rock. He's got me through hard times. Can't tell you how many times I've cried next to him, and he's just been holding my hand and telling me that everything's gonna be fine. As much as we learn from every mistake we make.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Another English question here, and then Erica, I will get to you on the Zoom. So, David?
After your round, you and Megan kind of